everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with some MLB 2K12 and some franchise mode coming right at you. Now, we've got the Detroit Tigers going up against the Cleveland Indians. Now, when you take a look at what's been going on in real life, the Tigers have been struggling against the Indians, but not so much here in MLB 2K12, as we've been doing pretty good. We're still not on top of the AL Central. You see, Chris Carpenter is going to be starting on the bump for me here in this one, and this is the first time you guys have seen Chris Carpenter. I played a couple games with him pitching. He's done a pretty good job. I'm excited to have him on my team. We're going to see if he has a good performance here in this one as well. All right, so let's take a look here real quick, though, at what Chris Carpenter has by way of pitches. You can see on the left, he's got a slider, which is sitting at 91. He's got a fastball. It is 76 overall, but it can get up to 94, 95 miles an hour. So I'm looking forward to having that kind of velocity mixed in with a good slider. Some people may not think that getting Carpenter was a great idea because I had to give up Scherzer to get him. And Scherzer, when you think about longevity, is going to be a pitcher you want to keep. Carpenter, not so much, as he is going to decrease in his overall at the end of the year. But you know what? I'm only going to be playing one season. This is all that I care about. So whatever happens after this, not on me. But anyway, Carpenter here. Let's go ahead and try that slider, which is 91 overall here. And we're going to get the strikeout here. He's going to swing and miss. What a great way to start off the game. I really can't think of anything better than a strikeout for a pitcher. So Carpenter doing a great job here on the first at-bat, and hopefully for the rest of the game. Now, next pitch, I hit Chu. I'm sorry, Chu, that I hit you. I had to, you guys. I had to. I'll go ahead and explain what happened there later, but what's important, though, doesn't end up hurting me as I go ahead and I get the double play, and I negate that hit by pitch. Anyway, Peralta helping me out getting the first hit of the game. Oh, not so much. Strubel Cabrera does a great job of getting that one and throwing over to first. And I tell you what, if there's anybody that I'm going to watch in baseball from the standpoint of just watching somebody who is exciting and plays the game with a lot of intensity, it is Cabrera. So anytime a Tribe game is on, you got to watch it just for him. I mean, even this week, he had this great play where there was a ground ball hit at him, crazy bounce that goes up towards his head, totally barehands it, throws it over to first. It was just amazing. Anyway, Prince Fielder now taking this hit. Cabrera not able to get that one, but it goes into left field. And so now I have runners on first and second. Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder. I think it is safe to say that these guys are not the fastest you're going to find in Major League Baseball. And this does concern me a little bit here whenever they are on first and second. Because you could be looking at a double play with a number of different ways you could get a double play. Maybe even a triple play. So I go ahead and lay down a bunt, let them advance. And it works well for me here because now bases are loaded with no outs. But I am a very superstitious person. You guys know that. And the bases loaded curse continues as none of my runners here are able to come home. All right, so third inning here. 0-2 pitch. Peralta diving, showing off his stuff here. The throw pulls Cabrera off of first to ensure that that does not go anywhere near the dugout. So he reaches on an error. I've really got to work on my fielding. Not happy. But once again, I get out of it here with the double play. No harm done. I will take that, and I'll be happy with it too. So Tigers collectively doing all right on defense, but when you look at the individual effort, not so much. All right. So advancing the game here a little bit more, and I'm liking how we're going at a steady pace. We're looking at the bottom of the third. Peralta taking this sinker. This one goes into left field, so that's going to be a single for him. Maybe get some momentum going here for us. There are 2 outs, though, here in the third inning, so I'm not expecting too much here. Victor Martinez taking this one into center field. So runners on first and second now. Am I going 3? Nope, I'm going back. Going back. Thank you for not even trying, Indians. All right, so this could be a pretty good 2-out rally if I can continue to get some good hits. The computer is throwing a lot of them down the middle of the strike zone, which is why you see that black dot there. Helps me out, though. This slider ends up going into center field. We're going to have a runner coming home, and it's going to be the first run of the game, 1-0 for the Tigers. I really don't know what it is because the computer, this is the first time I have ever seen that black box be right in the middle of the strike zone. That means the computer has thrown over and over and over to the middle of the plate. Surprised they don't have more hits. What was that? just turns around. Anyway, 4th inning here. Good hit into left center. Austin Jackson has to run that down. He's not as fast as he normally is because he is playing the game with a minor injury. So he's not running as fast. He's not hitting as well. I hope he comes back here pretty soon and helps me out. And hopefully I don't aggravate that injury here, make it worse or anything like that by still playing him. But it's just a minor injury. It's not like I'm making him play with a broken leg. Shin-Soo Choo up now. Remember, I hit him earlier. What had happened is his animation is ridiculously long whenever he goes up to the plate and you can start pitching. So if you hit a button, you can just go ahead and skip through it, which you see me do a lot of times because there's no point in me waiting. But anyway, so apparently I hit the A button thinking that I was going to go ahead and just end the animation prematurely. Instead, I go ahead and throw a pitch, and it's ridiculously off, and I hit him in the leg. First time I've hit anybody in MLB 2K12, and that's not the kind of first that I like having. But anyway, 4th inning here, 1-2 pitch to Choo. I struck Choo out. I got to stop with that. I'm going to keep going with it. Anyway, Carpenter just doing a phenomenal job. Glad to see that this has been continuing here through the first part of the game. So 2 outs now, 0-1 pitch. Rayburn knocking that one down. Horrible, horrible throw by Rayburn. That ends up allowing the runner to come home here, and now it is tied at 1. So you don't like seeing that at all. Now, granted, I could not control the line drive going to Rayburn and him not catching it. I could control the way that he throws. I should have stopped, let the green meter expand, but I didn't, and I pay the price, and now the game is tied at 1. So that one really came back, and it hurt me. 4th inning still, though. This one going into center field, and hitting is still not being a problem for me. And I'm excited, though, that I have been able to get some hits because of the hitting slump I've been on since vacation. So I need to get hits as often as I can. The computer is helping me out here with this. I'm feeling I'm going to hit a slump at one point. Runners on 1st and 2nd now after that hit by Rayburn. So having runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out still does scare me a little bit because we could have another double play. And then that goes ahead and destroys everything that I have done thus far. And I can't build any momentum. So Scooter here helping my team out. This one goes into left field. That's going to go ahead and bring the runner home. So now I have the lead once again. And I feel like I am in control. As we're now up 2-1. So like I said, 4th innings here. Still a lot ahead. And take a look here. You know I was telling you about that spin? Look what Delman Young does right here after he touches home plate. If that's the sound that goes with it. Laying down the bunt because it worked so well earlier here. Austin Jackson, like I said, not running as fast as he normally does, which is probably why he didn't make it over to 1st. But the runners do advance to 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs here. But the thing is if I can get a good hit, I can bring both of the runners home. Peralta hitting this one right down the middle. That's going to be just enough to allow both runners to come home, sliding for no reason. And that expands my lead here 4-1 now in the 4th inning. So Tigers are getting stuff together here. Offense is starting to work. And this is kind of refreshing because the last games that I posted on YouTube, I have not done that great when it comes to hitting. And I was actually doing a lot worse in the other games that I played but didn't post. 5th inning now here. This one goes into the gap here in right center. Jackson having to run that one down, and now we're going to have runners on 1st and 3rd. Rayburn deciding to do some ice skating or something. I hate that animation. Come on, 2K Sports, you can do better. Now I'm going to go ahead and let the run score. I'm going to go ahead and get the double play, though, because now nobody is left on base with 2 outs. I still have the lead. Now, if I had ended up trying to go home, since that one was kind of a slow roller, I may not have been able to get the out. Would have been close, but I'm glad I didn't risk it here. 1-2 pitch. Indians getting another good hit into the gap. I tell you what, these guys are hitting really well. Rounding 1st. Jackson getting it, rounding 2nd. Throwing over to 3rd. Slides. And it just rolls over there. That's all right. Bound to happen, though. I would actually say that the Indians may be hitting better than me in some degrees, especially when you take a look at extra base hits. Sure, I've had a lot of singles. And that's actually been story of the year for me here, is I've had a lot of singles. But they've had some good extra base hits. Now this one going right into the corner here in left field. And that's going to end up being a double for me. Cabrera gets there standing up. So I answer kind of with my own extra base hit. So 5th inning now, Prince Fielder coming up next. Prince Fielder has done a phenomenal job. He's actually leading the American League in hits. And he gets one more here as this one goes close to right center. And that's going to go ahead and bring Cabrera home. So now 5-2 here in the 5th inning. Cleveland has to get 3 runs here to come back and have this game tied up. But plenty of game ahead. So it's not time to rest on our laurels here and kind of expect to get the win. Because whenever you do that in baseball, you're going to get hurt big time. That one wasn't as bad. Everybody who has touched home plate has done that little spin. First time I've seen it. Now this time I go ahead and I hit into a double play. Not pretty here, but it was bound to happen. 6th inning, Carpenter still doing a great job. Peralta, what? Out? I don't think so. Let's look at this one here again. You can see that it does go to Peralta here, and it hits the ground, goes up into his glove, can't hold on to it, flicks it up, catches it with his bare hand. Now that did touch the ground. Should not have been an out, but whatever. Probably would have thrown him out anyway. No, I actually can't say that the way that I've been fielding here in this game. That one, not too pretty. But it's going to be a foul ball here. You can see I've been throwing a number of changeups to the point that they are in the yellow. So, 0-2 pitch.
0-2.
2-seam fastball right there. Get that one to come in here. So with Carpenter, I like that I do have a good selection of pitches here. The slider's been working pretty well. What do you say we try and go with that again here on the 0-2 count? Nope, fastball this time. Gotcha. And myself. Anyway, 7th inning here. Great hit. This one goes right down the line. Rolls into foul territory. It is only going to be a single for the Tribe. But that stuff can kind of build on itself. So, let's go with another double play, shall we, guys? Had a lot of double plays in this game, and I kind of like it, too. When my defense comes together, it's pretty sweet. 8th inning. Carpenter, I appreciate all that you have done here, but it is a save situation. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in a reliever. Usually I bring in Jose Valverde at that point. Why would I do that when I have Aroldis Chapman? Also picked him up through a trade. I'm going to like this. Some of you may be familiar with Chapman. Others of you may not. Let me give you a brief introduction, though, to Chapman. Cuban national here who ends up defecting. And he's kind of known for one thing and one thing only. 100-plus mile-an-hour fastball. That one's 103. I have seen it go up to 106 in real life. And I've seen it, I think, go up to 105, maybe 106 in MLB 2K11. Whew, got a hold of that one. Cabrera unnecessarily diving for that one. 0-2 pitch. What am I going to throw right now since they're both in the yellow? Let's go with the slider. You know what? Why not? I've thrown a couple fastballs. That one makes contact with, ends up going foul and into the stands. Whew. You know what? Since that's in the red, fastball's in the green. Let's go with the fastball here. 104. Great way to get the strikeout here. 104 miles an hour. I can't even imagine what it would be like catching that ball. Look at that. Basically a straight line. Way to go, Chapman. That's awesome. What? Injury? Way not to go, Chapman. Out 1 to 2 weeks here. That had to go in the 9th inning. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Albuquerque here to go ahead and end the game. I got to be careful here because whenever you bring in a pitcher that is cold, he does have a higher risk for getting injured, like what happened with Chapman. But the thing was, Chapman wasn't cold. He had been warmed up for an inning. Strike 2 there. So pretty promising here. We may be able to end the game with a strikeout too. I like it when I start off and end a game with a strikeout. I'm going to go ahead and try and throw something a little nasty here on the outside part of the plate. Ends up making contact with that one. So I'm going to try and throw something nasty again, see if I can catch the computer swinging at something It probably shouldn't, or watching one go by. Foul once again. So you know what? Let's just forget this here. Let's just try to throw something here that I know is going to be close. Tried to make him swing at it.
1 and 2.
Oh, are you serious? That was totally a strike. Of all the pitches that you've called, strikes that were not strikes, you could have let that one go. Come on, Albuquerque. Let's do this here. Let's finish this game up. 2 and 2. I could go with just about anything right now here. This pitch, though, fouled once again. Computer continuing to stay alive, not letting this game go. Sometimes you got to know when to quit, computer, when to let things go. Now is that time, so thank you so much for watching that strike here as I get it to end the game. Not happy that Chapman is injured. He's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. Not like I'm too terribly worried about it for my team as a whole, but Chapman is another one of those guys. It's just a lot of fun to watch. But anyway, we end up getting the win here against the Indians. I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. Chris Carpenter had a great performance, so this was a lot of fun to play. Hopefully it was fun to watch. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. You guys can follow me on Facebook and Twitter as well if you guys just want to stay in the know of what's going on. Again, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Don't ever forget that. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.